David, unfortunately, we have Congress right now in Washington going the exact opposite direction, not passing laws to protect, but passing laws that would actually abridge other parts of the law offering protections and going the opposite direction. And I would put forth, we already have a Constitution. We already have a Bill of Rights. Our problem is we don't need anything more. We just need people who will follow it. Now, let me go here. In Washington, again, I said voting actually continues today. I think it was scheduled 2:30 today for a vote to be taken in the House. But that is what they call the Equality Act. I'm calling it the Immoral Inequality Act. But, David, if you have a quick review there, can you just give us a quick review of this act and what it will do?
Well, it's so sad to see so many horrible things that our government does. Comes under the cover of wonderful words and good words and decent words like equality. I'm also thinking of the old Patriot Act that was passed right after 9/11, in which the Fourth Amendment was wiped out by allowing the FBI to write a letter and bypassing courts altogether to conduct surveillance and things. And this is another example where they're trying to basically put in legislation and treat gay rights under the same civil rights of the 1964 Act that women should receive, that African Americans, people who have traditionally been oppressed and have not been respected for their rights, they want these people to have these same rights. And of course, when they do that, they're going to affect the church because the church is pro-family. The family is a godly institution. It was not a government institution. It was ordained by God. And this law, basically, I think one of the targets of it, if I interpret this correctly, I'm looking at the text of it now, one of the targets would be the Hobbyland case. You know how Hobbyland was decided in 2014 because of the Affordable Care Act and the contraceptive mandate, and the Religious Freedom Restoration Act of 1993 was key to that case, to where Hobbyland did not have to comply with those laws. This act, I'm reading directly from it, it says the Religious Freedom Restoration Act is on page 22 of the text of the law, shall not provide a claim concerning or a defense to a claim under a covered title. In other words, this act here. So it takes it away, and that's a very bad move.
David, in the last session of Congress, this bill was passed by a margin of 236 to 173, which means that 8 Republicans actually voted for it. And even though the margins are probably closer in this session, it would appear that there will still be a sufficient majority to pass it. I mean, President Biden is in favor of it. Chuck Schumer is in favor of it. A lot of other liberals are in favor of it. So the question that I have for you today is simply this. What, if anything, in your opinion, stands in the way of this bill becoming a law?
Well, I'm sad to say that elections have consequences. And for those members of our community who are believers and have faith in God, if you did not vote in the last election and you could have voted, please learn from that mistake. Because there are more than enough Christians in this country to where that election could have gone a different way had they showed up at the polls. So please learn what happens when you don't vote. And this law here is a very bad law because it basically wants to put a very immoral lifestyle on the same level of rights as other oppressed minorities. And, of course, I'm not interested in oppressing gay and lesbian people. I do not believe they are entitled to this because their lifestyle is a disease-based lifestyle. The only thing homosexuality has to offer is disease and death. And so I don't believe it should have the same protections under the law that, say, African Americans should have and other oppressed people. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to do something about this, you can call Congress and call your representative. The number to call is 202-224-3121. That's 202-224-3121. 3121. And let your representative know, let as many people as you have time to let them know how you feel about this law and that you oppose it.